All right, we are live. Woohoo! I was a little concerned there. Frank is like, no, I don't want to. So, I need to do one minor adjustment here because the camera is being stupid. So, I gotta go. There we go. Configure video. Why does it pop up on like 14 different streams? Anywho, Frank is very, very slow right now because I'm doing all the things. But we're going to turn off the autofocus, apply, okay. There we go. Because I am recording this in Stream or OBS. I'm recording in OBS. We are streaming to YouTube and we are streaming to Discord. So, we got you all over the place. There we go. And closing that. Anything else I can close to help make this run a little bit more smoothly? Yes. Close that. And we only have one window open there. Thank you guys for being patient. Hello, Janice. Let's see. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that thunder in the background, but it's really dark outside. So, okay, we're just gonna roll with the punches, yo. Okay, so let me move to the other area. We're moving to the workstation and trying not to trip over stuff because I got my sewing machine set up over here on my little TV tray thing. Okay. Whoopee cushion chair going on. So I shared the link in Discord because if I lose power, I will lose internet. I won't lose my computer because I have a battery backup with that, but I will lose internet. So I've been watching. I'm moving the sewing machine here so I can. There we go. Move that out of the way. I've been watching a lot of videos on taking a paper bag and making it into a journal. And I'm like, well, what if we did this and what if we did that? And so I thought, well, what better way to take, this is just a little bag. This is actually from Asian Star. This is a takeout bag. So this is, let me get a measuring utensil. This is 10.5 by, I don't know, probably 14 when it all folded up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of go through the thought process here. I have never done this, so bear with me. So everybody I watch always tears the bottom out, which makes sense. So I'm going to try and do this and not get a paper cut because that would suck. So today we're going to do the whole process, like all of it. And so this is going to be a relatively long live stream, but that's okay. I've been promised you guys these videos where I do the thought process and everything. So here you are. If you want to join in on the live stream with me, like create with me and hang out with me, that's cool. If you don't have time, that's cool too. The link is in the members only section of Discord. And so now everybody I see cuts like this whole thing off. And I'm like, well, you're just wasting paper. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Now, see, I've got a rip here, but if we're going to do what I think we're going to do, okay, I'm trying to get this, there we go. So now it's all flat and folded, sort of. Hang on. Jules. Okay, there we go. So now it's all flat and folded. And I'm going to be putting paper over this anyway, so these tears don't concern me. So, you know, they're going to be reinforced. So I'm actually only going to cut off this little bit right here where there's like Furbies and stuff. Just to kind of, because see how this is not quite even. So that's where I'm going to cut it off at. Good day, Sue! Okay, where's my paper cutter? There it is. I'm used to it being on the top part, not on the bottom part. And I'm in the process. Tomorrow, while I'm at work, if it's slow, which I'm expecting it to be exceedingly slow because it's the 4th of July weekend, and after a certain time, we're more than likely not going to have that many people. So, hold on. Let me move these out of the way. Oh, I almost spilled my water. That would have been bad juju. Okay. Excuse my sniffles. Let's get that out of the way. Just, I should have done this before, but you know me. I'm just, you know, I just go with the flow. Whoa, see, this is why I usually do this. This goes here. Stick these right here. I thought I brought all my paintbrushes in. They must be still in the box. So I'm going to need those, so those can go over there. I'm just going to kind of neaten this up a little bit. Okay, that makes me happier. I'm going to need that anyway. Okay, so right here is where I want to cut. So we're going to squish this underneath. And I'm going to line up my fold with one of the lines so it cuts relatively straight. Excuse me. There we go. I'm just going to put those in my scrap bin. See, like this tear doesn't bother me. That doesn't, as long as it's a nice straight edge and that doesn't bother me. There we go. Okay, and we're going to cut this little thumb thing out because it's going to bother me if I don't. So, there we go. Alright. We may need him later, so I'm not going to put him fully away. I'm just going to move him out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to fold this in half so we can see where our halfway point is. There we go. I'm just using my finger right now because it's easier. That way I can, actually, you know what? We're going to grab one of these clippy guys, clip it into place. So we can make sure our edges match up. And I'm going to use this so it's a nice crisp fold, even though we're going to be, you'll see. All right, so I'm going to do one more cut so this is all nice and even, because I do believe we have this folded pretty close to half, so I'm just going to put this in here. Maybe. There we go. Oh, the joy. Okay, so I'm going to push it all the way over and I'm going to pull it all the way back. And line this up with a line. And there we go. See, this is why I don't like this one, because it doesn't cut cleanly sometimes. And I'm not cutting that much paper. I used to love this thing, but now I'm starting to hate it. All right. Let's just take our big scissors and cut this. See, and it's not straight. God bless America. All right. So, we're going to do this the other way. I'm going to lay this down so it's straight. I mean, there's less than 10 pages. But the bar that you push down, the actual guillotine bar, it wiggles. And I haven't had it that long. It shouldn't wiggle. Okay. So, line up at 9 3/4. And that should straighten us out for the most part. Okay. There's that. And win for the rotary cutter. There we go. Remember to close your rotary cutter because they do hurt. Even though it's a clean cut, it still hurts. Now that is what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's clear off the table one more time. Here's that roller that I was looking for. Let's put the brayer back. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, I'm really sad because I really want to love the guillotine cutter. I really do, because it's supposed to be like the best, and it's not. And so I'm going to reach out and be like, dudes, I've had this thing less than a year and I can't cut more than 3 pages with it. What's the deal? Okay, so now, there it is. Now, I want to put an actual spine in this. So I want it to have, we're going to take, excuse my sniffles again. You know what? I might go turn on that air conditioner again because it's getting stuffy in here. Where are, well, hang on. I might have to get a box. Okay, so I want my spine to be, let's go 1.5 inches. So we're gonna do, I was just gonna do 2 inches, but that makes it an awfully fat book for, so let's do 2, because that way I can do three signatures comfortably. Okay, so this is my middle line right here. Okay, and I'm just gonna line up my 1 and get my pencil. And we're gonna mark 1 and 1. And then we're gonna do the same thing down here. And these marks won't matter because we're going to either paint it or cover it in paper or something. Okay, so I just want to know where I'm going to cut to, and you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. So we're going to draw this line, and we're going to draw this line. And that is going to be our spine. It's going to be a fat baby. Okay, so we are going to, now everybody else just uses, like, they'll use this pocket and leave it gusseted, and then they'll just sew this part shut. And I'm like, well, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to leave all this bulk in here? Because it's just bulky. It's not doing anything to help with the structure. So we're going to pull out the gusset and lay it flat like so. And pull this gusset out. Okay, so this is my back. I'm using this mark as my back. It really doesn't matter because, like I said, we're going to paint it or we're going to do something to it anyway. So what I want to do is mark here. Okay, this is where my gusset is going to start, but I want to have it go over a little bit. So let's measure that point. Goodness sakes. You can hear the thunder just a rumbling. Okay, so, and then this is where the fold is going to be. So let's go a 1/2 inch over. So we're going to mark there. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to go a 1/2 inch here. So we're going to mark a 1/2 inch here. And a 1/2 inch down here. Yeah, I've read the reviews on the Fisker guillotine ones, and they say they have the same thing, the same issue. And I'm like, I think I need to go with just an off-brand that's made of solid wood and like the old school ones, you know. My first grade teacher, Miss Pearson, cut the tip of her finger off the damn thing when I was a little kid. And so that that may have made me afraid of them for the longest time. Okay, so let's go 1/2 inch here. And these measurements don't need to be precise. I'm just giving it a little bit of extra oomph. Excuse me. So here we go. inch and half inch. So I use a carpenter pencil. This is a carpenter pencil because I can set it down and it doesn't roll away. Little tip. All right, let's not get all fancy. We're just going to use a pair of scissors to do this. Levi's awesome. Okay. Okay. There's that. Okay, I'm going to save these little pieces because I have an idea for those, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, in theory, excuse me, in theory, I just take a little bit of glue stick. I'm just take a little bit of glue stick and tack this down just to see if this is going to work the way I think it is. And I'm not worried about keeping it straight. So, just a little glue stick here, little glue stick there, here some glue stick, there some glue stick. Okay, so now when we stitch up this edge and we stitch up this edge, then this side will still stay gusseted and be sealed off from the rest of the book because we're going to sew this one. We're going to zigzag here, put our piece of cardboard in, zigzag here, and then zigzag all around. So I think my theory is working thus far. thus far. And I think with this method, you won't have as much bulk in your cover, so you can put more bulk in your book. What's a chuck? Too cold. But the running will make you warm, Sue. All right, there we go. So, in theory, let's go ahead and I'm going to just take my ruler and I'm going to just kind of tentatively fold that and fold this. Okay, and then I'm going to bring out, because, yes, okay. Now, if you don't have any of these tools, you don't have to have any of them. So this is what I wanted to do, is line this up. I think we're at 7 3/4. Or 6 3/4, I should say. Yeah, 6 3/4. Let's see where that lands us. Because when you score something, you fold it the opposite way. So if you score on this side, you fold it that way. If that makes any sense. So yeah, 7 3/4, 6 3/4, 8 3/4. There we go. Math is my problem child, just saying. So, in theory, we should be able to. Now this thing has been like amazing. That was also gifted to me, and I am grateful beyond words for that. So let's. There it is. Chuck is a chicken. Okay. There's chickens running amok. Makes me think of Hocus Pocus. Amok, amok, amok. Okay. Let's make sure we're at about 2 inches for the whole kit and caboodle. That's a little smaller than 2 inches. Close enough. Okay. So there is our book, and there is our spine. There is going to be a pocket on the back side, and the solid front will be solid. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut out a little piece of cardboard to go inside here, and it'll just slip right inside here, which probably shouldn't have glued this part down just yet. Oh, that's okay. It doesn't have a bunch of glue on it. Or I could put it right here. No, I'll just put it right here. It'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to cut out a little piece of cardboard. Let me see what I can find here. Whew. 'Tis warm in here. I'm going to go turn on my fan. Hang on. At least get the air moving in here. I apologize if the sound quality goes down, but I'm sweating. And sweat in the eye is not something I want. All right, hang on. Okay, thank you, and thank you for your understanding. Because I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to have to take a shower. Well, I'm probably going to have to take a shower after I'm done here anyway. Okay, we're just going to get a cereal box here, and we're going to take this piece right here. I'm going to try and cut it as straight as possible. So this is just a cereal box piece. And this will help so the stitching doesn't pull through when we go to do our signatures. So I'm just going to cut this off right here. This goes in the paper bin, and we're going to mark it right here. Okay, and then we're going to just make this small adjustment here. So straight. These pieces can go, well, this one would be cool for a tag or something. So we'll put that there. And then we're going to turn it a boot. Then we're going to make it just a hair smaller than 2. Well, that's not a hair. Okay, so 5 centimeters and 2 notches below that, whatever that is. Can you tell centimeters is not my native language? Actually, let's cut it at 2 and then we'll shave it down from there. That way this piece is still big and we can use this for another project. So, let's see where we're at. Okay, we just need to shave off like literally a hair. Oops, let's make this. So, that looks about right. And if you're ever in doubt, it's called handmade for a reason. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece and we are going to put some Fabri-Tac on this because we want this to be glued in there well. And I'm trying to remember the name of there's an Australian, the girl from Treasure Books, Natasha. Excuse me. She uses an Australian version of this. So, Sue, I know you're in Australia. Find her, and she uses a glue that's very similar to this. So you can find what brand I'm using in your area. And if anybody's watching from the UK, there's another brand that Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, she talks about the UK European version of this glue. So someday I'll write all the names down and have them for you guys. So we can all have equivalents. So no one has to go without. Okay, I'm just going to slide this in here. It's a little long, so we're just going to take the scissors and snip a little bit off. Better to have it too long than too short, I say. Okay, so I'm going to line it up with the fold. Get it into those corners as best I can. There we go. And the excess is going to work to kind of hold this piece down. Okay. Make sure we get all the bubbles out of this side. And we're going to flip it over and get all the bubbles out of this side. There we go. And I don't mind that leaking right there because that'll just help us with that. Okay, so now, next step, move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay. Ooh, my little singer, she sings for me. Let's see, we're going to be using some, is this silver? we're going to be using the color palette from last night. We're going to be using these papers, which is just wondering what would stand out the best. I don't want to use red, so I'm going to take the red out. And I'm going to tell you, this is probably the best sewing machine for a beginner, like ever, because it tells you like everything in a picture, so you can't screw it up. Do I have this white? You know what? We could do 2 different colors. I think I have the white. Yeah, because that's the white. Let's go with white. Maybe. Trying to decide if we should do white or should we do silver. This is, if I remember correctly, this is machine quilting, and then this is just a metallic. But I think silver or copper, maybe. This is like the like jeans, like when you sew jeans, or when they, like Levi's. I've got a bobbin of that already. I've got gold. Got this kind of tealy color. I went crazy at Walmart one day and just went through and picked out a bunch of different thread. Here's the actual copper. I've got purple. I don't have any blue. How did that happen? I've got black, red, like a bright red. The bright red might actually look cool. Why don't we do that? Bright red and copper. That might look kind of cool. We just did decide. This is why too many options is a bad thing for me. I've got green too, but green isn't part of the color palette. So these two are out in my brain. Purple, yes, I love purple, but that's out in my brain. Black and white just seem like too boring. Silver I don't have a bobbin for already, but I think it might look cool against that. But I think the red would look the best because it'll go with whatever I throw in there. I'm trying to decide. Because I can make a bobbin in like a second and it doesn't take very long. I'm trying to find this lime green. But that lime green still wouldn't really go with the colors that I have. I think we'll do red. Let's go with red. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm kind of between copper and red. Maybe. Because I want to do something fun, because the details should be just as fun. I'm still trying to find this green. I wonder if it's on top of my shelf, which if it is, then it's in the abyss and I'll never find it. Janice says copper. I think, because it's going to be on this bag. So I want it to kind of stand out, but not be in your face. Because we're going to be putting some gesso on here. We're going to be putting papers on here. We're going to be doing all different kinds of stuff. So that's one thing we need to do too before we start sewing is I want to put some paper on the inside here. Excuse me. So, I think you're right. I think red would stand out just that little bit too much. All right. You sold me. We're going to throw these back in the little cubby that they hang out in. And I'm hoping that next week I will be recording the studio tour part 1. Okay, let's put this back. So let's find out which direction this is going so we can put it in the right way. So it goes in this way, and then it goes this way. And then put the lid on. And then it says come from the top, but it doesn't really have a top. Let's see, I'm trying to remember how to do this. I gotta move it closer to me. There we go. Here we go. Doo-dee-doo. Okay, so this is my challenge point. Whoop. Is threading the needle. This is my pain point. But if I actually put this back in the right spot, I think I did. I should have. Oh, I didn't. See? What did I do with it? Did I put it in here? No. I have a tendency to stick things in pockets and cups and then forget that they're there. Well, here we go. You get to watch Tish struggle. Okay. Let's put this in the hole. Nope. I need to raise it up just a little bit higher. There we go. I did it, I think. Look at that. First try and everything. There we go. Get the lever foot. There we go. Yay! Okay, and I'm gonna put these in there because I saved my strings. I know that sounds so silly. It's like, but they look really cool on elemental paper. So save the strings. Okay. Putting my scissors. I need to find like a little case to put my scissors in. Okay, before we get too gung-ho on this, let's find a couple pieces of paper. This and this should fit. Oh no, it won't fit. Oh no! This one will fit in there though. Do we have another heavier weight paper? Not a rice paper. Hang on. Not much, just me picking out color for the thread. I'm trying to find another paper that has blue in it and red. Is this big enough to do both? No. Yes. Yes. So, let's see. I have another stack of paper over here. Hang on. I got paper everywhere. They're all kind of stuck together because it's so blue and humid in here. You know what? I like this. We're going to use this. We're going to use this section. Because it doesn't exactly match, but I kind of like it that it doesn't exactly match. Okay. So, what we're going to do is just kind of fold it where we need to cut it. Well, it's got a little chunk in it. That's okay. Right there. So, all right. There we go. So we're just going to score this really nice and flip it over. Okay, so score this really nice. I'm just using my thumbnail because it's easy. And then we're just going to see if it'll tear. And it did, because I'm okay if it's not perfect. There we go. And then let's see how this fits in here. It fits really nice. Yay! So we're just gonna, I think I'm going to fold this. Right about where I think it needs to be. Again, fingernail, thumbnail, whatever. And then we're going to take this, get this out of the way. And I'm just going to use my ruler. Line it up. egg and bacon roll. Why? Now I'm hungry. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take a little bit of this off. Oh, wait, nope, that's not gonna work. Well, I just want to take that edge off. I didn't want a straight line, but, well, that was interesting. That was just my paint can opener, my paint key that fell. Random stuff happening here. Alright, let's get this guy out of the way. I'm just gonna rip this guy. And we still have some white edges, but I'm not worried about that. I just felt like it needed to be. Okay. A little bit smaller because I'm still getting a little bit of a bubble. Let's cut this down just a wee bit more. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. This is kind of bothering me, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my sanding block. There's like chunks of paint right there that is kind of bothering me. So I'm just going to sand this down. There, that doesn't bother me now. They were really like, if you're trying to stick something in a pocket, you don't want to deal with a chunk of paint in your way. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. Still a little bit. There's one there too. I mean, if you're doing this as part of a collage, then the chunks don't matter. But when you're, using functional art, you want it to be functional. There we go. Mostly. Okay. Probably should have moved that. Oh well. Alright. So let's see if this fits in there better now. Yes, we are better. And if it's not quite even, it's okay. Alright, so this one's got it too. Let's get this guy. You see here, this is the chunk that was in the way. So, and I find if you sand it, it comes off more organically than if you were to just try and take your fingernail and do it, or a tool of some sort. The sanding just keeps it organic. And it kind of looks distressed too. So, you know. All right. So, let's move this out of the way. Well, stay out of my way. There you go. Okay, I need to drink water. Okay. We're going to use Fabri-Tac again because I want the key elements in this to be really sturdy. You can use whatever glue you want. And I like Fabri-Tac because you don't need a lot. And it doesn't pucker your paper. So, because who wants puckered paper? I say that fast 3 times. All right, so I'm gonna just slide this in here. Good thing I got a paper towel right here. There we go. Get it down as far as we can. Oh, jeepers. Take my little clay tool and lay it down flat. And this is also going to act as another layer of paper to keep everything nice and sturdy. Let's get our little brayer guy out. Okay. There we go. There's one side. And I'm just going to leave these brown just because I want it to kind of look like a paper bag, you know. But I want the pocket to look pretty too. All right, now it's time for this side. So let's get some Fabri-Tac down. There we go. I don't want to put too much because I don't want the gussets to stick together. I know, I love this stuff. Stinks to high heaven, but I tell you what, you could probably piece back the pyramids with this stuff. Okay, so we're going to line this up. Get it going. And kind of smooch it down in there. There we go. It's a little crooked, but whatever's extra on the top there, we can take care of that later. So I'd rather have it smooth on the inside. There we go. Let's take our little clay tool. Let's try and work out any creases just lightly. I'm not doing it hardcore. I'm just trying to get it to lay nicely, and then I want to see there's a little bit extra there, but that's okay. We can snip that off later. All right. Now, one other thing that we need to kind of think about now as well is what is our closure going to be? A little extra here, which is fine. What is our closure going to look like? I'm thinking I'm going to make this the outside because this is the seam of the bag. Actually, no, we'll paint the outside and we'll put papers on the inside so it's, yeah. So I think, oh no, that is the outside of the bag. So we'll put the papers on the outside because that way it'll cover up the seam. Okay, so now that we got those all done, all right, so we're going to fold this back and fold this back so we can just do a running straight stitch right here. Okay, so let's get, I'm not very good at this, so it's been a long time since I've sat in front of a sewing machine. So I'm not very straight with my stitches, which, yet again, handmade. Okay, let's get, sounds like it's calmed down outside, so. Forgetting to press enter. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay, so this is the little foot pedal that makes it go. That's the only thing I don't like about this machine is it has two speeds, stop and go. So this is not something, okay, this is not something that I would want to sit at all day and do like costuming with. You could, it would just take you forever. Sorry about the light flash there. I bumped my cord because my extension cord for my lights is in the same spot. Okay, we're going to do, since we've hit the top of the hour, I'm going to pause for a moment. We're going to start this recording, let it remix, and then we're going to start it again. So I'm not going through 4 hours of video because that is annoying. And now, you know what? Now I want scrambled eggs and bacon. I think I'm going to do scrambled eggs and sausage when I get done with this. We were supposed to have that last night, but I fell asleep on the couch and I slept for like 3 hours. It was wonderful. But I woke up too late to make dinner. And Michael just ordered a pizza, so bless him, because he's awesome. Okay. Now we can get back there. Yeah, quiet markets. I understand that whole concept. Okay, did I bump my camera? No. Well, it works. Okay. We are going to do a test run, though, on a couple pieces of paper here, or one piece of paper, just to see if I got the settings right. Let's see. Straight stitch. Let's go for it. Okay. I want it a little bit bigger. Let's see how that looks. All right. Where'd my scissors go? Oh, I put them back. See how I am? So I like the biggest stitch on here. So there is the test run. This was how it started. It was way too small. I don't want it to be perforated. But I think that'll work. So for this section, we are going to stitch down here and stitch down here, and then we'll flip-flop and do the same thing. So this might be interesting when we hit the cardboard, but we're going to let it rip. So let's start right at the edge, and I'm just going to run it even with the presser foot. I'll try anyway. You know what? Let's make some room here. Oops. There we go. Now we got room. Like I said, I am not very good at sewing. Okay, there's one side done. Whoa, Bessie. Okay. Okay. Come on, baby. Oh, that's why. Haha, the needle's in the way. I forgot to backstitch the first one. Oops. Okay, remembering to remove my foot from that general vicinity. All right, now. So there's what it looks like thus far. And now we're going to go, this might be a little bit more difficult because we have, actually, no, if we do this right, we just kind of bend this cardboard, clip it. I don't want to crease it, but okay, so this might be a little tricky, but we got it. sewed that on the wrong side. I think it'll be okay. We're not going to worry about that. Why sweat the small stuff? Right? Right. Okay. We got one more side here. This guy. Yeah, I think I'm doing it the right side because it's not the inside. So, yeah. I'll just get this guy lined up. Like so. Oh, shiza. Are we down? No. Let's get here. I ran into the wall. Well, you're learning what not to do. There we go. There we go. Right, right. Okay. So there's that. And then the next step will be, so we still have the gussets. They're just stitched on the sides, so they still perform the way they should. Allows you to put things in this big pocket. Okay, so let's get rid of these strings because they're going to drive me crazy. Short drive, I know. I'm just going to put it in that can for now. I have another bin that I put it in usually, but I don't have it out right now. Okay. Now, let's straight stitch the top here. And then we're going to zigzag. We're going to zigzag here, down here, across here, and then across here. And across. Let's straight stitch here. And we're going to start right there. Oop. I need to learn to remove my foot from the pedal. I'm all about putting the pedal to the middle. Okay, there's that. Okay, let's put this guy. That out of the way. trying to make this as neat as possible. Excuse me. Whew. Excuse me again. Goodness, those came out of nowhere. You see what I mean, though? This thing is like slower than molasses in January. Okay, in a year now. Okay, I'm going to go backwards. And forwards and backwards and sidewards. Okay, so we've got all that. And now I'm going to grab a couple of paper clips. Hang on. Oop. Ouch. Keep hitting my knees on stuff. Oh, I want the big ones. There they are. Okay. So, because I'm me, and I know me, I am going to overstitch things if I don't mark where I need to stitch. So, I'm going to get 2 paper clips out. And have a drink of water. No, I'm not getting a head cold. It's the allergies here. I never had allergies till I moved to Southern Illinois. I mean, I had them really, really lightly when they would cut alfalfa back home. But otherwise, no. And I have allergies. And it sucks. It's part of the reason why I postponed this live stream until today. Because I did not sleep well. I have not slept well for a while. And I just needed a break and some sleep. So I'm just going to put 2 paper clips about a paper clip width away from each other. Because we're going to zigzag right down along here and right down along here. But these 2 are going to get glued together. Let's cut this. I wish I knew what happened to my little scissors because these things are like huge. Come on, lift with me. There we go. There we go. So we're going to glue this down, this whole kit and caboodle. I'm going to do that right now. Let's move this guy back. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac again. And we're going to glue all of this down. I put way too much glue, but that's okay. So it's all part and parcel to the whole crafter gig, right? Right. Oh, that's part of the string still. Okay. Wait, now I got string sticking to me because I got glue on my finger. All right. Ah, joy. Okay. So we're going to scrape. Okay. Let's flip this over. And the glue actually helps make this a little thicker too, you know. So the more layers we add to this, the better it'll get. So it'll still have that soft cover feel, but it'll be nice and sturdy. So we're gonna just keep rolling this out. There we go. And we're gonna, now which way? We have this way. So we're gonna make sure we get our creases made again. Okay. There's the front cover. And back cover. Okay. There we go. So we're going to put this aside, let the glue set up a little bit. So this is what we got so far. This is our front cover. There's our inside. There's our big ass pocket. And our back cover. So we have to figure out a closure for this. And our signatures are going to be kind of a variety of things. So I think I might just do mostly art paper in this one. We'll see. Okay, let's put this aside. And we're going to reset our sewing machine to do a zigzag stitch. And I think we're going to do this one. Let's see how it looks. We're going to bring out, this is just some scrap paper that has some really cool stuff on it. I thought it'd be a cool idea to practice on this bare part. Let's move these strings so they don't get entangled with the other ones, because that would be bad juju. So let's try this out. Yeah, I like that. So let's finish off this row. There we go. So there is our zigzag stitch. I like that. I really do. Okay, so let's move this up a little bit and over a little bit. Yeah, I did bump my camera. Hang on. No wonder I'm having a hard time. There we go. Okay, so since this is the outside, we want to start here. And I am going to try and find a mark to go by. There we go. Okay, so let's drop that hammer down. Let's start this. Let's bring this needle down so it holds it in place. There we go. Bring it back. one more stitch. And we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it forward. Okay. Oh, one more stitch. I think. Yep, one more. Oh, one more. I'll get it eventually. There we go. That'll be good enough. Okay, and back it up. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's move this paper clip up. Excuse me. Okay, and we're going to bring that down. This is why I need it. Another reason why I needed the paper clip is because we're going to need to fold this down. Tricky. Okay. Oh, sons of biscuits. I dropped the other paper clip. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. I cut my own string. That's no bueno. Okay. Let's try this again. I see what happened. It's okay. We'll make this work. Okay. Why are you? There we go. Ah, I used all my luck up on the last one. No. There we go. Okay. Get that up in the little loopy guy up on top. There we go. And it's not the tension. I think I just had the... Okay, so this is on the top. So let's line this up the one that's on the top. Go. We can just okay, let's cut this string so it doesn't get in our way. Okay, and there we go. And then there's something on this of the circle. Okay. I think it keeps getting stuck. There we go. Okay, we just have one more space to fill here. And that's right here. So I'm going to start it off at the top. Let's grab these paper clips so we can whoop. Let's bring the needle down and get this started. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of lightly loop this. And I'm just going to use this paper clip to hold it. I don't want to fold it because I don't want that crease, but I just want to loop it so it stays out of my way. Okay, let's hammer down. Go, little train, go! Oh, it broke again. Okay. Damn it. It was on the back stitch, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's all good to me. Yeah, it's good enough. I'm not going to argue with it because we're done. And it can be put back up on its shelf for a little while. All right, I'll give you a close-up here in a second. Let me kind of cut some of these strings off. So, oh, you little bugger. Some of these I need to remake because they don't hang right, or they're too short. What I'm trying to use them for. I'm talking about the hooks on my thingamabob here. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Well, that's kind of a bummer that it's right at top, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, so let's turn this off by unplugging it. There we go. Let's get this little guy out of the way. I don't think we're going to need him for a while, so we might do some fun little embellishments with him later. Okay, I'm going to be that way. All right, hang on. I got to get back in my chair. That sounds, but that he makes it through. He's a little train. He's a little engine that could. Okay, so thus far on the Join Tish's Shenanigans show, so we have the copper thread that acts as kind of a highlight. Yes, I know I didn't trim it very well, but I like the straight stitch and then the zigzag and then the pocket. Doesn't have any stitching, but I haven't quite figured out how to stitch that yet. So let's get rid of this little bit here while I'm still steady on my feet. Maybe. So I'm just, and yes, I have to look over my glasses because that is one thing that I will be doing in July is going to the eye doctor. Why won't you cut nicely? Because you're shaking too much, Tish, and you're trying to do it the wrong way. Well, I'm not going to worry about it because what we're going to do is when we apply the paper on here, we'll put a little strip right there so it won't even show. So, and you can't even, okay, so here's where the thread got cut last time. This is on the last one, and here's where to go. I can't even find it. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's where it got cut in the middle of sewing. You can't really even tell. I like that pretty darn good. Okay, so, and then that one, it doesn't even look like anything. But, all right, so there's our book thus far. I might actually, that white is just bothering me. I know. Let it go, Tish. Let it go. Okay. Now, I'm thinking for the front cover, just applying some gesso to all of this. I'm not sure if I want to use white gesso or black gesso. I think we might use, I don't know. Or we could just use acrylic paint and just put the acrylic paint down and use one of the colors that we used last night. Just kind of, yeah, let's do Windsor blue and this blue and this blue and this blue. And we'll just kind of take an old paintbrush here. This is just white gesso and it's got a little clump in it and whatever. And I think I just broke a fingernail. That sucks. Oh, nope, right. It's just a chunk of. So let's just abstract this. blue. Whoa, that's a lot of blue. A lot of blue. I want it to be kind of messy. Let's remove it right here. There we go. I'm going to take this blob and kind of blob it out other places. We're just going to kind of and then wipe the extra paint off of here. I'm going to take this and we're just going to kind of come back. And oops. A little bit of glue on here because I think it needs some more dark glue up front. Just going to take a little off the top. Keep it as organic as possible. I wasn't liking the lines so much. I mean, I like them subtle, and that's like knocked them down a notch. There we go. Excuse me. So we've got these blues. I don't have any of that red left. Let's take this iridescent graphite and just do a boot. I'm going to put smooge up just a little bit. Just a little bit on there. There we go. We'll start on this back corner and just put a little bit of it in there. Just to kind of break up some of that. Why? There we go. It didn't want to blend. I'm like, why? Okay. There. Now it's got some funk to it. So this is going to be the front cover. And then once this is dry, we'll come back with the sanding block and we'll knock back some of the paint so the stitching shows. Because right now it's pretty well covered. And we need to break some of this up. I'm not liking that. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now that I have Smurf fingers again, let's grab this piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side, dry, and I'm going to use this. There we go. Only because I'm lazy and I don't want to clear out my brush. Okay, so where did my baby wipes go? There they are. Let's get some of this blue off my fingers before I go and hitting enter is a very important thing. Okay, so we're getting some of the Smurf off our fingers. I wonder if this would work to take off some of that paint. Hang on. I got an idea. Oop. Let me try something. It's working, kind of. I actually like that better too. More movement. Okay. Now that I got blue back all over my fingers again. Okay, let's move these over here. Let's move this over here. Let's grab another baby wipe. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, so I should have measured this before I painted it. Okay, where are we at? Let's stop the recording and start it up again. You guys are awesome for hanging out with me. Otherwise, I'd be sitting out here talking to myself. Because I do. I talk to I don't know if anybody else does this, and maybe I'm just crazy, but I do talk to myself when I'm creating because it's like I have to like verbalize it. So let's get a rough guesstimate because I can't put this down. So we can do 10 by 6 1/4, so 12 1/2. Okay. Right, 10 inches tall-ish. That's 10 1/2, so 10 1/4. Gotta write this down because I will forget. Pencil. So 10 1/4 by 6 1/2. To be at the edge. So 6 1/4, so 12 1/2. Excuse me. I'm actually gonna take this and put it in front of the fan. I'll be right back. Okay, let's stop the recording. Let it remux. You guys, oh, I'm finally cooling down again. It's been crazy. Still looks stormy outside, but it looked like 7:30 at night at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so now it's not that bad. All right, we're starting the recording again. And when I record, I don't record the voiceover because I'm going to let you guys know what I am planning to do with this. It's just going to be a video that's going to be cut down and sped up. And it's just going to be a high-speed process video with set to some really chill music. So let's see, what paper do I have that's at least 10 1/4? Oop. Let's see, where did those books go? What are these ones? There. Let's see, I've got, this is 9 by 12. That's going to be too small. But like an inch. But I've got this paper, this mixed media paper. Excuse me, that is 14 by 11. So good luck at market, Sue. I keep hitting my table. That's rice paper. Oof. What size is this paper? That's cardstock. That's not what I want. That's 8.5 by 11. Let's see what else I got in this bin. This is that. What size is this? I got plastic all over the place. Let's see. This is 12 by 18 multi-purpose coated drawing paper, which this is that paper that I don't really like. For it's really nice for like just like drawing and stuff. Welcome to my thinking process. And then this is the vellum paper. I think I could do like a combination. This is that paper. This is that. And then this is the vellum paper that I really like. I really like this stuff because it holds up to my bullish hands. So we could do layers. Let's do that because I want to do 3 signatures. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Is that it? Excuse me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 3, 6, 8 pages. And then we're going to have to tear them out individually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think we're going to do one more different kind of paper, but we're going to start with this. So we need 6 1/4. So what we're going to do is move these out of the way. And I think I can score 2 of these at a time. This has been the easiest way for me to do signatures, is just find the fold and go with it. So 6 1/4. Excuse me. Okay. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave this intact. I'm going to cut this little bit off on some of these. Just do 3 at a time. I'll need that again in a moment, just to test out my theory. So line it up with 1. Okay, that did pretty good. And then the rest of these. I think I got the perforation off of there. Yep. Okay. I love walking around in I don't know, my brain is a very scary place. I was telling somebody the other day, it's like I could write for Stephen King. I really could. With some of the dreams that I have, it would be like Stephen King would be like, whoa, that's even too dark for me. So what we're going to do here, I have an idea, and I don't know how well it's going to go off, but we're going to see. So 1.5. So put these in the bin. These are actually kind of fun. So I'm going to put these in this bin. These are like my scrap pieces that I use for collaging. Okay, so how about if you open this up and then this part folds in, and then on the next one it's folded in, but it's this way. So what we're going to do, I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to see if this is going to work. I have a brain. I have a thought. I have a thunk it. Okay, so this is 7 3/4. So if we do 4 3/4, we're going to have to do it this way. Oh no, yes. So we lay this down here and go back 3 inches. I like 3.5 better. Don't ask me why, I just do. So yeah, I like 3.5 better. So when you come to this page, you have this to fold out and have something here. You have, yeah, so we're going to do 3.5 on 3. So 1, 2, 3.5. I think I did it 3.5 on the other one. If not, we can fix it. Wait, I did that wrong. Well, this will work too. Just not as sturdy. Is that right? Yeah, it's right. Okay, so 3 at 3.5. So we're going to have, here's one signature. Here's 2 signatures. Okay. Okay, so we have that. That fold in. And then have, wait. one. Three, and then this one, we're just going to do a little flap. So 1.5, no, 2 3/4. So there's just that little bit of an edge there. Yeah, see, that gives you just that little bit of an edge. And you still can do a full fold out here. You know what? I don't really like that. Let's get another piece. I think we're just going to have to stick at 1.5. I'm just going to stick at 1.5. I like it so you can have a little. We're going to have to get one more piece of paper because I screwed that one up. So this will be like this. So you open it up and you can have it fold out. Okay, let me grab one more piece of paper. Oh. There we go. So we did 6 1/4, right? Yes. 6 1/4. This up with 1.5. This back. Okay. So we've got 3 pages to 3 signatures. And I think it will be easiest to just fold this big piece in half. Maybe. Actually, let's see. Let's see if we can actually use this on the scoreboard. I'm thinking. I don't want to do too many flip out areas, but I just don't like to cut up the paper. I'm thinking this would look really cool in like the center piece. Tish, why didn't you think of that before? Okay, so we're going to take this and go this way, and we're going to fold this up at 10. Okay, so I know this is not going to work 100% the way I want it to. Okay, so there's that right there. And we're going to fold this up. Like this. It's a little origami. Maybe this will work. Let's see. And then six and a quarter. Okay. Then get this out of the way. That way. I don't know exactly what I did there, but I still have a little piece of paper that I can use for something else. Some days I do. Okay, so these are a little bit too long. I just remembered these need to be cut down to 10 and a quarter. But how cool is that? To have a little like space you can put a cut spot. You can cut it down. You can do whatever you want to it. And then you open it up. Or here's my other thought, is to put it in the middle, and then you have a tuck spot, and then you open it up, and you have a whole big section that you can do fun stuff on. And that would need to go here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now I just got to remember how I did that. Okay, so let's cut these. So we have one cutting in. So now, let's do these real quick before I forget and get confused. Let's finish these vellum ones. So yes. So this went 10. And then 6 1/4. Actually, yeah, let's do that too. That way. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that one in a minute. Let's do this one before we forget what we're doing. Okay. This out of the way. And this lined up. All right, Janice. Yeah, this is getting kind of long, but I'm just going to keep going. So you guys get to see the full brain at work. And way I am getting stuff done. I highly expect no one to watch this video all the way through. Alright, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's handmade, right? Right. So there's those three. And we've got these 3 pieces that we can do something fun with, which will come in a moment. I need to cut these down to 10 1/4. So we need to take out the extension. And 10 1/4 is right there, so let's just start cutting. And if I need to, I'll cut it a little longer. But I wanted to see how these compare. Hang on. Well, for Pete's sake. There they are. So it needs to go. Hang on. It needs to go on this one. So let's get this one cut down. 10 1/4. This needs to go in here, like so. Yeah, because that would be, that'll be really cool. Okay. So there's that. And then this one. And I'm going to put little paper clips. I'm going to make up some paper clips as embellishments for this. Not right now, mind you, but this one cut. And 1/4. And I'm going to put this one in the front. There we go. There's one signature. Wish I had some things besides paper clips, but we're just going to have to use paper clip. So there's one signature. Excuse me. Okay, there is signature number 2. I might have to cut that one again. And I've got about another hour, so we'll see how long this takes me. I have another hour and then I need to go make supper. So if I get this done, I get it done. If I don't, I don't. But I need to eat something soon. Okay. Okay. So got this. We've got this. And we've got this. I might change this up for other places, but I need another paper clip. Paper clip. Oh wait, this one. I got them in the wrong order. There you go. I guess it doesn't really matter. I just want to start them off in the same order and then go from there. There. Because I could always flip it this way too, because it would work that way. Except for the middle piece, I would have. Although you could do, I could make it work. But let's get them all going the same direction for now. So there's 3 signatures with those, and then we wanted to add the other art paper, which I think, and then these pieces too. So I think I'm just going to I don't know how do these look. They're about the same. Yeah, they're about the same. Excuse me. What if I were to cut this at an angle? Score it here, cut it in an angle, and make it a tuck spot. That would be kind of cool. Okay. And I need to use this other paper. I can save that for another project. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. I'm just making sure poor old Frank is keeping up. Just watching. Okay. Sorry for the dead space. what if, okay, what if we just take this paper this isn't my favorite paper to use on the jelly printing, for jelly printing. So I'm trying to use it in other ways. It's great paper. It's coated, so you can do alcohol ink on it, and you can do all the other kinds of stuff on it. So we're going to cut this, or score this, at 6 1/4. Hopefully that worked for all of them, because I'm just going to fold all of them. Looks good to me. Let's put this in here. Excuse me. I'm just going to finger press it. And then we are going to cut this down. So I bring this down just a little bit, and then I bring it over until those bump into it, and then I hold it down, hope that it's straight, and there we go. And then take out 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That one's got pink on it. Dude. Well, let's just take that one out. How did that get pink on it? Oh well. Just do another one. Again with the finger pressing. Let's move this over here so we remember to get another piece. Okay. Quarter. Hopefully we're cutting all these right. All right. All right, now what I do with all right. let's go see. I'll be right back. I'm going to go see if that stuff is dry yet. Should be plenty dry. Right, hang on. Oh yeah, it's plenty dry. I got some blue on the other side. That's okay. So let's see how this is going to work. That's going to work really well. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day and come back tomorrow and finish this up. Because I'm hungry. I'm getting on the verge of hangry. But we've got the book already started. And we're going to take some papers and we're going to do fun collage on the front. And then we're going to do, I haven't decided if I want to just kind of paint some of it so it's like a cohesiveness to it. And then we got sew-in signatures. I've got these little bands of paper yet that I thought I would use, put some of the art papers on here and make little pockets this way. At least make one little pocket for this. And maybe just like a tuck spot for here because we still have this big pocket. And then we have the back and the closure to do. So I'm going to put all this together in here so I don't accidentally mess it up. Let's do it this way, the way red, green, blue. RGB. RGB. See, that's how I remember 1, 2, 3. I know. That's how art brain I am. So I think I already have a 2-inch template, which will work for this. So I don't have to worry about making a template. That's why I wanted to go with 2 inches. I just have to center it, tape it down, and then punch our holes. So put this in there too, so I know I have it. And then tomorrow, depending on how my day goes, tomorrow night, tomorrow evening, we'll see. But I really like how this has turned out thus far. Let's move this out of the way. I wanna see, just in case my idea sucks. But I think if we just run this, yeah, see, it's gonna do exactly what I want it to do. That's awesome. So I'm just lightly running this over the painted areas, like that. Take that off before I make it worse. There we go. Because we're going to cover this with paper anyway. So now my idea kind of worked. I kind of like it, except for I broke one of the strings, but that's okay. I think that's where, yeah, that's where it broke. And we're going to, when we get this done, we're going to put a coat of matte medium on here when we're doing the decoupage stuff for the collage. And it's the back side. So you can kind of see the metallic thread pop through. So it did what I wanted it to do. Yay! I like it when things work out. There we go. In the pocket, and then we're going to have, that's why I want to put paper on here, because we're going to have the closure come from here to the front. So I want to put at least some kind of paper here. And maybe I'll even paint the inside pieces. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far I want to take. This is the first time I've ever done this, so let's not push my limits too far. All right. So, yeah, that'll be a nice, because there's plenty of room to go thick, and it'll be kind of an alligator mouth journal, but you'll be able to, and it's not even a journal, it's just a treasure book. You can put whatever you want in it. So there we go. I'm just going to leave it sit right here, and we'll pick it up in the morning. If you've been hanging out with me this whole time, even if you've been scrubbing through the replay, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Really, I do. Remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.